So, but I'm going to talk about PowerShell, and I'll show some example. My name is Himadri Chakrabarti, and I actually started working with Sitecore from 2013. And I know a lot of people here like working with Sitecore. Vishal said that he was working with Sitecore like 3.0 or something. That's something else better than here. So in that sense, probably much more.
Okay.
Yeah. But I really liked it. Like, I mean, because of Sitecore architecture and the community involvement, there is so much help you can get from people out there in Twitter and other places. And it's really, I have been working with .NET for, I mean, from the very beginning of my career, but
Thank you for that.
okay, I don't know how I become a fan. I just put it there, but I'm really a big fan of PowerShell. So I am going to talk about what I did so far, and basically show you some example. So it started with as it start with all my other work. I usually start something when I have to solve a problem, okay, and I start looking at the different references and everything, and then try to learn that. And in that sense, Sitecore PowerShell was a new thing for me. Okay, so we had a problem in a project where there are like 10,000 product items in the Sitecore, and the images has to be loaded in the media library, and then we have to associate the image with the product items, and they wanted to make it automated. Like they don't want to every time the new product comes, the images changes, so you don't want to do that every day. You don't want to load the image manually in the media library, and then you want to associate the image with the product manually, because there are 10,000 products. Okay, so the idea was to actually automate that. And then I thought that okay, maybe I can use PowerShell, because PowerShell is a tool which you can script, and then you can run automated through a job, task scheduler, or you can run by going to the content editor and selecting the script here. So that's when it started. And basically, I thought where I should start. I know most of the time I'll go to Google and I'll look for something, right? And that's the best. But in this case, I thought that probably I should start from Twitter, because these guys who actually created this PowerShell extension for Sitecore, they are in Twitter, and they actually, I'm following them. So let me try that. So I dropped that Twitter, that tweet in the Twitter, and I know that Michael West and Mike, they are doing some PowerShell work. So I asked them, hey, I want to do this. Is it possible? And immediately I started getting all this response from them. And this is just the slide. The picture next to it is just part of it. If I go to this link, you can see how much response I got. So basically, this is what happened. They started replying to me, and then Adam joined. Adam actually the guy who created the Sitecore PowerShell extension. Okay, so he started helping me, and then I had several issues. So I asked him questions, and he actually answered all my questions. finally I could actually make it work. So I will actually talk about that, and this is how I started it. But before we are going to talk about the before we are going to talk about that work I did, our Sitecore PowerShell extension, we need to understand what PowerShell is. So first I actually started looking into PowerShell because I need to understand PowerShell, then I can understand only Sitecore PowerShell. And we all use PowerShell. Okay, we may not do scripting and stuff, but if you are using Windows machine, or you are using Visual Studio, when you install a package, it actually runs a PowerShell script. Either you can go to in the PowerShell console and you can say install some NuGet package that will run a PowerShell, but you can go to the PowerShell NuGet manager and run or install something that will use PowerShell. Behind the scene, it actually run the PowerShell. So what is PowerShell? PowerShell is an execution engine that provides the ability for you to interface with the environment, and this is just a definition. So what it is actually, if you don't use it, you really don't understand what it is. So I'm going to show you some PowerShell command and stuff, so that we all can actually understand how PowerShell works. So when you install PowerShell, you get this PowerShell console, which actually you can use to run PowerShell command. You can write even script here, but at the same time, you get PowerShell integrated scripting environment too. Okay, so there is something in PowerShell. Basically, there is the consistency of these commands. The command starts with a word and then dash a noun. So you say you want to know what aliases are there. Alias is like if I say dir, it actually shows me all the files or folder in my machine, okay, in that directory, like user Chakrabarti. But dir is actually a dash command. But actually in PowerShell it is a different command, but dir is actually an alias. So you can actually get all the aliases. You can say get alias. It will show you all the aliases that exist in your PowerShell console. So one of them actually, if I say CLS clears the spin, and if I say get clear, clear, but before that I have to type something. So let's say dir, and I say clear host. This will clear the host. But this is actually the alias for So what we can do with the PowerShell, for example, say I want to go to event viewer. Okay, so there are different events here, and one of them is application events. Okay, and if you want to know what events are there, usually this kind of thing you can do PowerShell very well because you can know about the environment. So anytime you want to know about the event, okay, not get event, actually it is getting very long. So it is going to show you all the events in the application log. That's too much. Say I want to know only the events that happened, like that application. I want to know the events that happened like last 2 days. Okay, so I can say attempt dot at days. So this should show me all the events that happened last 2 days in my machine. If I want to know only the error, entry type, so I get only the error, and you can see how easily I can actually filter stuff. And not only this, I can take this and I can say there is a very useful thing at the way PowerShell was built, is that you can pipe any command. So you take the output from one command and you can pass it to other command, and that command gets the output of that command as input and you act on that. So you can say I want to export this as CSV file and put it, I say put it app.csv and export underscore. So if I now go to like notepad, C:10 app.csv, now this is the file generated by just one command. Now you can see the power of it. I'll show you. For example, like say you have multiple machines and you have multiple logs there, okay, and every day you have to look at how many errors happen, what error happens, okay, so you can easily, like you can write a script of 3 lines and go through all machines, go through all log and generate the CSV file for those, and you can email that from the PowerShell script. So basically, I can take that and put it in the script environment. So if I say ISC, it will open up the scripting environment for this. You will probably not work on console, because console is like, when you come to scripting environment, you can get IntelliSense and everything. Okay, so I can take that. Say so I'll write a quick script. When you declare a variable, it actually dollars something, and then I put application so So there are two log files. Might be a for each. And say $log, $logs.
Can you do the zooming here? I'm having trouble seeing it. Look at the view on the tab.
So, yeah, I like it.
There you go.
Thanks.
A little bit more. Okay, so I think this will work. So if I run it, so what it is supposed to do is actually, that is an array of logs like application and system, and then I'm going through those log name and just creating the CSV file outcome. So it will put all the errors of the CSV file. So if I go to C, or I should use set location C:\stem. And if I go here, you see that these two CSV files are there. So now you can see that how much you can do. Basically, I just hard coded like application and system. There is a command event log, get event logs dash list, which will provide you the list of logs in your machine. Okay, and you take that as an array, and also you can enumerate all the machines in your network and run a script like probably I have to add like 3 more lines, and it will create all the files like that, and then you can actually do email. The thing is that you can use .NET objects from the PowerShell. So you can say that send mail using the .NET email component. Okay, so using that you can just do this. So I am going to stop talking about PowerShell, like original PowerShell, but there is one thing that you need to know before we jump into Sitecore PowerShell extension. So if you see this, PS drive. So in PowerShell, everything is like a drive. Okay, so you can see C drive, you can see like D, then you can see HKLM, HKCU. Those are actually registry. Okay, so those are registry provided for PowerShell. So I can actually change my drive to HKLM, and I can look at the registry from here. Okay, so whatever I do from regedit, if I open regedit, you can see all this registry hub here. So one of them is like, HK local machine and software. Okay, so I can say set location. And then HKLM : it already shows me software. Okay, if I do that, it change my location to there, and then I can say get child item. If I do that, it actually shows me whatever there in the registry, in the software folder. You can do all sorts of filter. You can do records. Records means if you do records, it will actually show you in the recursive way all the child folder and everything, and you can get everything there. So the reason I talked about PS drive, because when Sitecore PowerShell extension was created, you can think about it like master database, web database, and core database. They are just drive. Okay, so you can change the location to master database. It's just a drive, and I shouldn't talk right now, but let's go to the slide. So that's enough of PowerShell. I think you guys are already tired of it. So that's enough. Why is Sitecore PowerShell? So Sitecore PowerShell is actually an extension in the sense that Sitecore PowerShell is another provider. Like registry. Registry is another provider. So Sitecore PowerShell was created like another provider. And what it does is actually interface with Sitecore and using the commands and script. Okay, as it does that using the command and script, it increases your ability to run batch jobs very easily, and that's why I think the biggest advantage of Sitecore PowerShell. Anything you have to do in a bulk or in a batch, you will be using the Sitecore PowerShell. So when you install, I'm not going to go there. Before that, I have to actually show you something. So let me bring up this. I think I have. So Sitecore PowerShell is really a Sitecore module, Sitecore package. Okay, you can go to the marketplace, Sitecore marketplace, and you can download the Sitecore PowerShell, and you install that as a package. So when you install the Sitecore PowerShell extension package, what you will find is actually, if you go to the menu, you will find the PowerShell console, and then there are PowerShell toolbox. I haven't used that. And then the other thing you will find is PowerShell ISC, which is like integrated Sitecore, integrated scripting environment. So let's look at this PowerShell. Sorry, not toolbox. PowerShell console. So it's really same as PowerShell console, original PowerShell console. Okay, now you can see PS master. So that's actually the drive. Okay, if you do get PS drive, I have little older version, so it doesn't show me the IntelliSense, but newer version does. And you can see, other than those like drives, you can see master there, you can see where there, and code there. Okay. The great thing about it is that you still have that original PowerShell drives there. So if you interact with the file system, if you interact, I don't know why you will interact with the registry, but everything is available there. It was built on the top of the PowerShell. Okay. So since I'm in master, I'll just quickly show you one command: get child item, and then you have to actually give a path. So I can actually see what is there in content. So it is showing me that in catalog and whatever is there. So I can go to the content editor and I can see the same thing, but I can do it here. So similarly, you can, I think you can go here and you can do so if I do records, so it's supposed to actually show me the, that's probably too much. So it's going to show all the items there under those folders. Then you can do like, things like you can format, or you can say select object and things like that. For example, you can say format table. You want to see only the name and maybe update it. So it will show you only the name and when those are updated. Okay. So you can do all those filtering and stuff. So I'll quickly show an example, but I will show it in the PowerShell console because of time. Otherwise, I have to type everything. So other day, Danny actually, I was talking to Danny, and one of our clients said that they want to automate the package deployment. Okay, so what they want to do is basically they want to take the changed item in last USA and take them and put it in a package, and then they want to move it in another server and import the package there. So can it be done through PowerShell? So I was looking at that, and yes, it can be done. And so I will just paste the code from here. Otherwise, I have to type everything. So just let's go through this code quickly and see what it is doing. It's very simple. First line, I am creating a package with package name test package, and then I am creating a catalog source, like the item source, okay, where the items are. So I am looking at this e-catalog folder and going through everything there, and I am saying that, whatever object there that has updated after 4/10/2015, I want to take those and I want to put them in a source. First of all, it will be, if you know the package, if you go to the package designer, it will actually show you there is a source, and this is that source where this item will be placed. And then I'm typing, I'm putting some metadata like who created this and who is the publisher and those kind of things. And then just I say package and export this package to an XML. XML is the package definition, and I also am creating a package in the zip format, so it will create the package in zip format, and then I can actually install that package. Let's see if it works. Okay, that goes too fast. All right, let's go to the 10. So you can see that it created this test package XML and test package zip. Okay, now let's say I put it in the folder of that project. Already has a test, so I'll delete that. Okay, so if I go to the application now and I go to the development package designer, not package designer. And I can see this test package here. So if I select it, it will show me all the items that it added. So this is like one item that it added from this e-catalog folder that it found. Okay, and then the other thing is that I can actually, I don't know if I should do that, but I can go here and installation user. And I can go and select that test package. You can see this metadata I added. So I can install that because I took from this Sitecore instance, so all the items are there already. So this is that easy, like 6 lines of code. Okay, and then what I was talking to Danny is like, okay, probably we should actually FTP to some location and the other server get that using the FTP and get it in own package directly, and the other command that we need to run here is install package. And install package will be path and in the PowerShell it will install the package. Okay, so that is the kind of thing that it can do. So now let's go back to the problem that I was started with. So what I need to do is, and I don't have much time, I guess, but I will just quickly go through it to show where it is. When you install PowerShell, it will actually install a module PowerShell here, and there is a script library. Okay, if you write a script, you will put the script here. So I put my script image uploader, and if you put it in the context editor under context menu, okay, and basically then your script will show up in the place where you want it to show up. So for example, this script import images, I set a rule here that you show this script only in the media library folder. So if I go to the media library, let's go to the media library, and if I click on any folder and right click on it, and I see this script, it will show me my import images script here. So that's the way you place your script so that you can. So I can click on the script and I can run this script here. It will it will know what context it is, it will know which folder it is, okay? So that's the folder where I want to load the images. So you can go any of this folder and you run that, and you can get the image from the local machine and load it in the server, okay? So that's where you set up your script. I will just take 2 minutes to just tell you what is there. If you see this script, this is the script. First of all, it does actually invoke, if you say invoke script, it will actually invoke another script or function in the script. So I had to use the remoting because it is going to upload the image in the server, okay? So remoting, and then I actually wrote some functions to actually do the real work. So I had to invoke those, and then there are standard things like in the function you are passing the parameter that which website and you know what is the username, password, and where is your image files are. Okay, so you pass those, and the function will actually go through those images and load them in the media library, and then it will associate those images with the product. And the way it does is actually the product has an image name field, and if you have the image name there, it will find the image in the media library and associate that. Okay, so I'm not going to go like every detail of it. I actually already put this in the I know I already put this in the marketplace, so you can download from there. So what's it called? It's called Sitecore Image Uploader or something. I have some link there. Okay, so that's it. I mean, I can run it, but it's not going to do anything now because images are there. I don't want to spend more time. Just run it. It will take 2 seconds. So when it runs, it will actually show you it is running, and then you can, when it is done, it will show that view script result. You can click on that, and it will show you the result, like what images it actually uploaded. So that's it. I have some link here. So if you want to know more about PowerShell, this actually I followed these guys, and the first link is really actually where you should go. You will get every information about PowerShell from there. The rest of this link I put there is really, you can go to their site and see things, but you can start with that on site there. It will tell you everything. I wrote some blog about that, and the bulk image uploader is actually in the marketplace. That's all.